Yeah, I think we first met, some random person sent me an email, probably 2005, 2006.
Wow.
And he said, oh, Joe Rogan is talking about your book. And I hadn't heard of you.
This is before I did a podcast.
I think it was before the podcast.
Yeah.
I think you were still doing stand-up.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he gave me your number, I think, and I called you, and you were at the airport. And you said, hey, man, I'm reading your book. I love it.
Yeah, the book was fascinating because your book was, you need to adjust cameras. Good. Your book was fascinating to me because it was, correct me if I'm wrong, but it was the first time that the FDA ever allowed real studies to be done on Schedule I drugs.
It was the first new American study in 20 years.
On psychedelics.
Yeah. On any human psychedelic research.
And how did you, first of all, why did you want to do it? And how did you get the permission to do it?
Well, I wanted to do it because of my interest in chemistry and my interest in altered states, my own altered states. Like the first time I smoked marijuana, I was 18 years old, and it was a fully psychedelic experience. There were purple clouds coming out of the speakers. I was flying over this, the college, town I was living in at the time. And my friend was too. It was a shared hallucination on very strong hash.
So you felt like you were out of body?
No. We were on a carpet.
And you felt like so you both saw a city below you?
Yeah, the floor disappeared. Yeah, it was the first time I smoked marijuana. And I thought, wow, this is interesting.
And now hash is, the way they create hash is they take what is it called? The crystals off of THC? Is that how they do it?
They shake out the resin from the flower.
Just shake it? That's how they do it?
Well, there's different ways to do it. Like in the old country, you get really sweaty and you just agitate a lot of pot, and the resin accumulates on your skin, and you scrape it off.
Really? And that's how they make hash?
Well,
that's so funky. You're getting someone's funk along with the hash.
Yeah, that's called pre-industrial hash.
I was watching or was looking at something online the other day where they were talking about repurpose. It was in Morocco. It was Steve D'Angelo. He was talking about how they were repurposing machines in Morocco to make hash. How they've been doing it this way and making hash in this part of the world for, who knows how many years.
Yeah.
Is this it? Here.
I wonder what the machines are.
Yeah, this is Steve D'Angelo. Steve D'Angelo is a hemp activist, cannabis activist. So it looks like some kind of a press or something like that. I don't know what that thing is.
Yeah, interesting.
I think it's it has something to do with automobiles. Here, he's going to say it right here.
Things that can't break down, things that don't need electricity, things that can be improvised, and just so much cleverness has been shown here today, so much ingenuity in working with what you have. This press is a great example of it. And take a look here. It's just basically an automobile jack that's been put into a frame. Had a couple of springs put on there, and then these iron casing boxes made. And it works really well, and this is the way that the hash that's smoked by most people around the world, the largest quantity of cannabis that's made anywhere, is made still by this legacy method. And the great thing about it is this could really be done anywhere. I think about folks in Mexico or Colombia who could take this method and repurpose it and adapt it and be making quite a very nice high quality hash. Just about anywhere.
That's a hash salesman if I've ever seen one.
Yeah.
That dude's pushing hard. He's like, let's everybody get in on this. Come on, make some hash.
I'd like to buy one. Yeah. Well, I wonder if that makes hash or hash oil, if it's just being compressed like that, squeezing things out.
Well, it looked like he was having bricks of hash, right?
Yeah. Yeah, interesting.
So I think he's using it in that sort of that little frame, that little case,
Mm-hmm.
and then they're packing it in there with that car jack, which is pretty crazy.
Yeah, clever.
So the difference between hash and regular marijuana smoking is, in general, what? Is it just that it's much stronger?